Mike Joseph for Preseason Central here on the campus of Lafayette College, and I am here in the beautiful field house with special teams coordinator, recruiting coordinator Marc Nudelberg. Marc, great to have you here on the show, and let's get right to it. Talk about the special teams. Huge strides from last year, from the year before, both on kickoff return, and the punt team was fantastic last year. Your thoughts on last year and then moving into this year?
Yeah, we did some good things last year. You know, I challenged those guys to make a difference in the game, and we did in a few of those games last year. But I think, this year as opposed to last year, this year has nothing to do with last year. And I told those guys that as soon as we started camp. I said, last year's team was last year's team, and what we did was good. Was it great? No, it wasn't special. I think there was a lot that we left out there, and there was a lot of room for improvement. So it's a challenge to these guys this year to take what we did last year, put it in the rearview mirror, and come out this year and really get better in the things that we lacked at and continue to take strides forward in the things that we were successful at.
So you identify, obviously, those things you did last year, the things you need to work on. Now, one thing, I've been to a couple practices, one thing I've noticed is overall team speed. That's got to help you on special teams.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, we with our recruiting classes the past 2 years, we've done a good job of bringing guys in that absolutely made us faster. The hard part is that those guys are young. Yep. So you got to force feed them a little bit and figure out which guys are ready to go in and play right now and contribute, and which guys you're going to have to bring along a little bit. They might not be ready on week 1, but maybe week 4, 5, 6, they start showing up on teams a little bit.
Now, I heard some rumors that you're obviously got Jacob Bissell back, which is a great thing. Jacob's got a great leg. You know that. He's obviously got to improve as well. Coming off basically an entire year of not kicking, so I know he talked to him a little bit about it being on somewhat of a kick count. But you got him punting as well. Is that something you're comfortable with?
Yeah, absolutely. I think, Biss is a very talented kid. I think if he can dial in and get really consistent, he can really help this football team in a lot of ways. And I don't get hung up on whether a kicker is doing one thing or 3 things. We have to make sure that we're managing him as you would a pitcher in the MLB, right? You're going to keep him on a pitch count. You're going to keep him on a kick count. You're going to see how many balls he's hitting a day. You're going to make sure he's getting the work he needs in whatever area it is that he's specializing in for that day. But, we watch him. We take care of him.
Yeah, I know Coach Garrett puts a strong emphasis on special teams, not only obviously the end or the beginning of practice, but the entire practice all the way through. I see you guys working on all different kinds of things.
Yeah, well, the specialists are busy the whole practice. They have their own routine that they're working on the whole time. And then we obviously start practice with a little bit of special teams. We have a couple periods in the middle of practice, and then we end practice every day on a field goal period. So, Coach Garrett does an unbelievable job of giving us a lot of time to work the techniques we need to work. We tell the kids that, hey, you come in, you put in the work you need in that period. If there's 4 minutes left in the period and we're cutting it short, great. That means you got your stuff done. If not, we'll stay for those extra 4 minutes and we'll get what we need out of you. So the guys have really bought into the culture here, and I'm really pleased with how they worked in this camp.
Sacred Heart a couple days away. Thanks for a couple minutes. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Mike Joseph for Preseason Central.